Welcome, everybody. Hopefully, everything is working and you can see us all. Looks like everyone can be seen. Hopefully, everyone will be able to be heard. We're just fighting off the tech gremlins this evening. Hopefully, that we rolled well and we'll be tech gremlin free for the rest of the night. Hey, welcome to episode 3 of Hunter the Reckoning Bad Blood. You might notice there are a couple new faces on the screen, so we're going to do a quick round of introductions before we dive into our short recap from a month ago, because we missed an episode, sorry. I am going to have... Never mind, somebody was making a bunch of noise and now it's gone, so never mind. Let's do a round of introductions. Let's start with... Taylor, I'm going to put you on the spot again, sorry. Taylor is our new face here for the next couple of episodes, guest starring. Why don't you tell us about yourself and who you're playing this evening?
Yeah, my name is Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, she, her pronouns. And tonight I'm a variety content creator, and tonight I'll be playing Amelia.
Excellent, excellent. Ryan is the other new face, but Ryan had to get up, so let's go over to Ed.
Hey, my name is Ed. I stream occasionally on Twitch as Neuromaster. Really stoked to be here with Wanderer's Haven. This evening I will be playing the character of Billy Gray.
Nice, excellent. Let's go back to Ryan, who's our other new face for the series. Ryan, how's it going, and who are you and who are you playing?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. My name is Ryan. I'm a person that plays games. And I'm playing Diego, also known as D.
Perfect. Why don't we do Carly next? Carly, tell us who you are.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Carly Steichen. You can find me at Carly Steichen on all socials. I make dice, I play games, I run games, I do things. And I will be playing Mari Griff tonight in our game.
Perfect. And Sid, as long as everything's working on your end, tell us who you are and who you're playing this evening.
Hey, Sid, you can find me on the interwebs at _Sundance Sid. Tonight I'll be playing Ray Shepard. And that's me.
Excellent. And I believe, last but not least, Jason, tell us about yourself and who you're playing.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. I'm Clash Knowledge. You can catch me here on Twitch playing video games here and there. And over here on Wanderer's Haven, having some fun times playing some games. I'll be playing Peter, a.k.a. Alex Paz.
Excellent. And let's see. I should say I'm Jeremy. This is my channel. You can find me here when I'm streaming. Otherwise, you can find me on socials at WHPubs. Things are really slow here right now because I've been doing the psychology school thing, but I graduate in 3 weeks, and I think things are going to pick up after that. There's some people on the screen here that are in some upcoming games that probably want that to happen, so I guess we'll have to make that happen. So let's just do a quick recap because it has been a month. Does anyone remember what happened last time?
I dragged an unconscious body through a bar.
That is true. You did drag an unconscious body
Although
through.
dragged is a little bit more posed.
Yeah, Weekend at Bernie.
Yeah.
If I'm
By
not
myself.
if I'm not mistaken, I was that unconscious body.
You are that unconscious
Correct.
body.
Cool. Before I, got all unconscious, I punched a vamp a few times.
That's true. I guess I'll just do a quick last time. The group of hunters, which it consists of Mari and Alex, or Peter, and Billy, had been checking out a club in Santa Cruz, California called the Red Room. Whoa. Sorry. Someone just had to make herself known. Of course she wants a treat.
I redeemed it already.
There you go. It has been delivered. Now my fingers are all Sticky, sorry. You have a friend that kind of does some information gathering on local campuses in Santa Cruz and the surrounding area, and use that information to kind of keep tracks of the strange activities that go on in the area. And you had a feeling something weird was going on at this club called the Red Room. Going in and spending some time with it, you did end up finding a couple of strange things. One was a person wearing a possum head that apparently was giving out drugs or something, but that wasn't the strangest thing. The strangest thing was the group, the trio of groupies for the DJ that were taking people out the back door, and Ray, who was one of the bartenders, saw Naomi, the other bartender, follow them out in kind of a weird trance-like way. So Ray had followed them out. The group had seen this happen. Alex, who was outside, kind of like at the mouth of the alley next to the building, you were out there when you heard the scuffle start, as these three turned out to be vampires and were feasting upon clubgoers. A battle ensued. For the most part, you all held your own, but the strangest thing happened when one of them bit Ray, the bartender, and then started to react as though they had been exposed to sunlight. Their skin was boiling and peeling, and they essentially kind of melted and evaporated away. Unfortunately, I don't know if I want to say unfortunately, also, Alex happened to blow up one of the vampires in a rather spectacular and loud fashion, which sent neighbors scurrying to find out what had happened. The sirens were wailing in the distance, so the trio grabbed Ray, who was unconscious at this point for some reason. The bite didn't seem to draw that much blood, but whatever the effect is that transferred to this vampire seemed to take his energy, and he passed out. So Mari, picking up in Weekend at Bernie's fashion, Ray walked through the club with him as Ed took Naomi back inside to get help and then booked it. Alex was already on his way after getting some drone footage of the entire thing, and the three of you met back at your vehicles, loading up the unconscious form of Ray. And then we had some flashbacks, which I'm not going to go into any of that stuff, but now I want to know where everyone's going. Last time we talked about Alex and Billy were going to head back to your headquarters, which is a little old tire shop that had gone out of business, and you've since kind of rented it out, paying under the table to the landlord. Whereas Mari was going to take Ray to her apartment, where she has medical supplies set up essentially for something similar to this, kind of a post monster
Also,
attack
having
triage.
an unconscious person wake up in an abandoned car garage sends a very strong message.
You know, I'm not really sure I see your point. I don't. What's wrong with that? I'm sure it would have been fine. So, since splitting up, is that the plan? Is everyone going to their respective locations? Okay, so let's start. Let's actually start with Mari. Mari, you drive fairly rapidly, but not too quick as to gain attention from the multitude of police
Just
cars.
normal California speeding.
Yeah, normal California speeding. And you arrive back at your apartment, carrying the unconscious form of this bartender with you. You notice that the bite marks on his neck have sealed, as though You've seen vampire attacks before where they don't kill the person and they like seal it up. It seems to have done the same kind of thing, but you see just the slightest sign of bumps on his neck, and you lift him up and you carry him up. Why don't you tell us about your apartment?
Yeah. So, Mari lives in an apartment that's on the first floor of a small, like, locally, like, owned apartment building. Um, and she's one of the, like, first doors. So, like, when you, like, walk in, she's one of the first doors to go into. And when you enter Mari's apartment, it's very homey. It's got a little bit of like a modern country with just cozy feels to it. And it's got like open floor plans, so the like living room bumps up into like an open kitchen area, and there's uh, 3 doors, two to the right and one to the left. The one to the left goes into Mari's bedroom, which has sliding glass doors out to a patio that has a very small fence, so she could actually exit out that way if she needs to. And then to the right is her surgery slash guest room. The other door is to the bathroom, and it looks more like a guest room than like a hospital room. Although the bed sits up fairly high, and that it's easier to treat someone if they're up a little higher.
Is it a sleep number bed?
I don't think it's a sleep number, but it's definitely one that can be adjusted.
Okay. So
Both height and like positioning.
So as you lay this fellow down on the bed, what's your go-to plan here?
My go-to plan is to get him onto the bed, and then the like dresser that's to the side. When you open it, it's all filled with like medical supplies instead
Gotcha.
of like clothes and stuff. And so she's just gonna start doing like a basic wellness check, check in, ABCs, blood pressure, looking for any signs of injury besides the bite, and just looking to see if there's anything that is physically wrong with him that she can assist with in this moment.
Why don't we do an intelligence medicine check?
Great. I get 2 extra dice because of my surgery. Oh, that is 4 successes.
Nice. So you start looking him over. Seems to be in pretty good health. The wounds itself are definitely sealed over. That's a little surprising. You were kind of expecting a little more blood loss, at least a trickle or something, but there's barely any on like his shirt, and there's very little crusted around the area. You notice that as you're checking his blood pressure is low and his heart rate is really low. Not dangerously, but definitely more than you would expect, almost like not quite comatose, but there's a moment there that you're not really sure when you would expect this fellow to wake up.
So with that information, I think she will like clean up the wound site, like of the crusted blood and stuff. And I think what she'll do is hook up like a minor like heart rate machine, so that she would have a audible indication if something started to go very wrong. And then she'd probably just hook up a banana bag because she's like, I don't know what kind of poisons this stupid vampire put in his system. So let's see if we can just flush it out like we would with alcohol poisoning.
Okay. So as you get that set up, you realize it's awfully late in the night or early in the morning, depending on how you want to look at it. You were already kind of frazzled from the whole thing, but what is your after hunt cooldown?
I think Mari's after hunt cooldown is to make a cup of hot chocolate and sit down with a good book. And since her life revolves so much around the supernatural and like mysteries, it's probably like a real smutty book.
Gotcha. Now, are we going like full monster fucker here, or is this just like normal?
No,
romance?
just like more like historical romance, like Bridgerton.
Okay.
Type of smutty book.
So, not long after, you're maybe a couple of chapters in, and you're what is your security system like, or do you have one?
No, it's just a basic. It's my apartment. The only extra thing I have is the surgery. I just have basic security, and then I can pop out my.
Do you have like a
sliding
ring
glass.
or anything like that where you can see your front porch?
So the entrance into her apartment is indoors. It's one of those ones with like an indoor
Okay.
apartment building. So yeah, I mean she might have a ring, but it's only going to show like a 4-foot section of a hallway.
Totally fair. So this brings up a good point. Is this a private building? Can anybody walk in, or do you need to give them access?
The front door has a key, but anybody that like lives in the apartment or has handed out keys to friends.
Have you handed out keys to people you know?
Yeah, I've probably handed out keys to everybody in the group, and probably the 2 girls.
Okay.
As well.
So, Billy, as you have let yourself into the building and headed, what floor do you live on?
The first floor.
First
I'm
floor?
one of the first doors.
So you let yourself into the building, Billy, and you head down. Do you knock? Do you ring the ring?
Yeah, he walks up and stabs the doorbell.
So your doorbell goes off just about the time that that you're starting to get into what's going on in this chapter.
She just like sets the book down like this, and
Killing my soul.
what? Sets it down like this?
Oh.
I'm not bending the pages.
No.
It's not like she presses it down. It's just setting it down, and then walks over to the front door, like looks at the people and opens the door. Come in.
Billy comes in, and
Do you want any hot chocolate? I just made some. You want some?
he shakes his head, but he is puffing on a cigarette as if that is the only thing that is keeping him going.
You know I don't like it when you do that in here.
Sorry. Yeah. He sort of looks around for something like an ashtray, which he's not going to find because I'm assuming Mari doesn't smoke. And just ends up, I think, walking over to the sink, putting it out
Fair
there,
enough.
dropping it down the garbage disposal.
You all right?
Uh, I mean, Peter's pyrotechnics got me a little bit on edge, but frankly, I'm the fella you dragged in here is a little bit more on my mind.
Yeah.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but what are you doing with him? What are we doing with him?
Well, he's in the guest room. Well, he's not really injured, which is really weird, but he's got like a really low pulse and blood pressure. Not sure when he's gonna wake up. I'm trying to maybe he's got like something in his system, trying to filter it out. We'll see. Well, honestly, I don't think he knows anything.
So I'm happy that he's doing okay, but like he's gonna wake up and understand right away that this is not an urgent care. So I'll ask
Well,
again,
yeah.
what are we doing with this guy?
I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to get him care in a way that maybe didn't come back to us, but we could always drop him off now that he's been cleaned up and there's no real evidence.
So why don't we role play? You can be you, and I'm gonna be the bartender. What the fuck am I
Okay.
doing here?
Well, you got injured.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm Mari. It's nice to meet you.
I think Billy just pauses and just gives Mari a hard look.
What? Am I
Okay.
doing it wrong?
No. I guess I'm just wondering what version of the story you're gonna give him on why he's waking up in a strange place with strange people after one of the strangest nights of his life.
Well, probably depends on the version of the story that he gives me.
That's fair.
I mean, unless you want. I mean, like I said, I don't know when he's gonna wake up. Like, he's got like comatose level blood pressure right now. Well, actually, I should go check. It's been a little bit. She's gonna go back in and like recheck his blood pressure to see if the banana bag is doing anything.
Okay, so
Does Mari have like a balcony or something, or like an outside? Because Billy feels like
Yeah.
he needs a cigarette more than he did when he walked in.
You would know that through Mari's bedroom, so door on the left. There's a patio out.
That is where Billy is walking.
as you walk through, you glance down, you see a cup of hot cocoa that's about halfway gone, and a book that's laying open face down. What does the cover look like?
The cover. Well, it's a paperback book, and it definitely looks like one of those like historical romance books. So it's got like a woman in probably like think like colonial America dress, and then like a man that's like holding like one of the old style like rifles in like some kind of uniform, but not like it's not a British uniform.
And then you pass it by, head outside, and light up. As you're lighting up, your mind goes back to your conversation that you had with... All right, now I don't remember if Alex goes by Alex or Peter with this group.
He goes by Peter with everybody.
Okay, so Peter, the group that or the conversation you had with Peter on the way back to your group's hideout or headquarters. What did that sound like?
So Peter was a little bit focused. He's asking questions of Billy, like what did he see? What happened there? How did that other vampire die? He'll pull out, because he took Raymond's wallet. He'll take out the wallet, pull out the license, see if you can find out anything about this guy, and he'll like take a picture and send it to Billy. Like, that was very strange, and we might have a good weapon on our hands.
And Billy, so you're in this conversation with him.
Is that something that I could use my my contact for, the dispatcher back at the LAPD?
Absolutely.
I think I would forward that to her.
Okay. It is pretty late in the night. You know that she does not share these hours with you, although she is kind of an early bird. So in a few hours, it would be likely that she will be able to see that and get back with you.
I think I'd probably just text Peter back. We'll see what we have in the morning.
He'll text back. Yeah, like, we probably need to keep it as low as possible, but we're going to have to make some inquiries here. We can't let this guy die if he's able to do that to vampires. So
Do what?
he'll
Do what?
I mean, it looked like when the vampire bit him, it killed him. At least from what I saw on the drone.
Send me that video.
You can watch it here, but I'm not going to be sending this out on any kind of network. This is some dangerous shit.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm getting it off my phone immediately. I'm going to put it on the laptop that doesn't have a network connection.
So as this conversation replays in your mind, Billy, like a little shudder goes up your spine, and you look around, and you're just kind of peering off into the night, and there's like another apartment building nearby, and some lights are on, and it's just that sense of you never know what's behind any of the windows that are closed, what's hiding in the shadows. You've just seen too many things, and the cigarette in your hand starts tasting a little worse, a little less helpful. You gonna stay out there?
Do I hear anything from back in the apartment from Mari or Ray?
Across the hall, Mari is checking on Ray. What is Mari doing?
Mari is just rerunning her check, specifically like the blood pressure and checking the pulse on the heart rate machine to see if there's any sign of improvement or leveling out.
You do notice it's improved a little bit, but still is uncomfortably low. So, to answer your question, Billy, you don't hear anything. Maybe some moving around, but very subtle.
I think he keeps an ear open towards the apartment, but so long as he doesn't hear any conversation or anything else, I think he's gonna finish his cigarette and look out into the night.
Okay. Sid. Just checking real quick. How's your audio? Can you hear, and can I hear you?
I can hear. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yeah, everything's good. So, Ray is underwater. At least that's what you think. You're underwater, and it's very dark. It's not pitch black. There is some light, but it's very hazy where you are. It's not, you can't see anything. There's no there's no details around you. There's just murk and maybe sound. There's like this very gentle swaying, as though you were being rocked in this water, and there's sounds like this muffled these muffled voices, and then you hear this thumping. It's very comforting to you. It's this thumping noise that's just kind of always been there as long as you remember, and all of a sudden there's this jump, like you kind of get moved around and you look around and you notice that things are a little more hectic. There's something causing you stress. There's something about the sounds that you're hearing that sound frantic. The voices that are distant and muffled, they're no longer talking, one of them shouting. There's some loud banging noises. And you wake up. And Mari, you've been watching as all of a sudden his vitals just like spiked, like going all over the place. His heart rate just skyrockets, his blood pressure equalizes and then like shoots up. And Ray just like bolts upright, looking around the room. Ray, you're in this.
I just stand there, with my hands up.
You're in this strange room. It's fairly well lit, but you can see that there are like some of those wrappers that are like from the syringes and stuff that are kind of like laying around in the trash over there. You see there is a IV in your arm. There's a bag that's held. It's about halfway empty. The bed is comfortable adjacent. It's not quite comfortable, but it's not like you're laying on a slab of metal or anything like that. And you set up, it's very confusing finding yourself here with this woman that you gave a Michelob to. Like, it's one of the last things you remember, actually. This lady wanted some weird drink and you gave her a Michelob. What do you do?
Where the fuck am I?
Oh, yeah, you're at my apartment. You passed out.
Passed out. All right, you might mind running that back for me. Last thing I remember is handing you whatever weird drink you asked for. Now I'm in your apartment.
Well, yeah. So I was at the bar, right?
Uh-huh.
And I went out to the back courtyard,
Uh-huh.
and I found you, and you were passed out. And I figured, since you're bartender, that a hospital visit would be really expensive. And I have supplies. I assist part-time.
I feel like you need to do a check here. We're going to do a contested check. So you can do manipulation.
While Carly does that,
Well,
what
most
all
of
do
it
I
was
remember?
true.
What was that, Sid?
what all do I remember? Like, going outside after Naomi, the fighting.
Right.
Do I remember all of that?
So, okay, so let's resolve this roll first, just so I can remember about it. So Carl's going to do a double manipulation, and you are going to do an intelligence insight. Sid.
All right.
And
Okay.
while
I just got an advantage, and I'm gonna use that.
All right.
perfect.
Don't I have it?
Manipulation is my worst stat, guys.
You can
She's
also-
not a talker.
Sid can also use advantages if you so choose.
I mean, I have one, right?
Yep.
All right. I'll use that. What roll again? D6, right?
D10s.
D10s.
D10s,
okay.
and you're gonna do that's right. we're operating on the idea that you have twos
Twos and everything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
now,
take twos and everything.
'cause, so 4d10, and then tell me
4d10.
you need 6s or aboves.
There it is. I need 6s or above. And I got 2 10s.
So that's 3 successes, I think, right?
Yeah, that's 3 total. Yep.
Yeah, because it adds.
Plus the
it's a
one.
crit, right?
Yeah.
And Carly, what did you get?
So I rolled 2 dice and I got 2 10s. And I'm also using a dice, so I think we're both at 4.
Yeah. So the two of you look at each other. Ray, you're not really sure what's going on, because in your mind you remember hazily seeing Naomi leave with some guy with spiky hair, and they went out back, and you knew you weren't sure why she took someone out back, and there was other people that went with them. You remember she was in danger. You had the sense she was in danger, and there was there was a fight. You're pretty sure there was somebody. Maybe there was an explosion? And that's all you remember. And you really can't tell whether this woman is telling you the truth, but you also feel like you remember these other things.
So just above game, he was unconscious before I came out back, right?
I believe so,
his
because
bite
you went
and
off to
stuff
talk
happened
to...
before I came out back,
Right.
I think.
So, because the whole thing with Naomi had happened, he went out to look, there was the fighting going on, Billy and Peter were outside, and you were talking to Possum Head.
Yes. Yeah. I was just making sure. I was like, I'm pretty sure he was unconscious before I came out.
Totally. Yeah. So he definitely did not see you light someone on fire, for example.
Yeah. Nope.
So, Billy, you've definitely heard this going on as you've re-entered the apartment. You could hear voices. They were elevated for a moment, and now there's kind of a lull in the conversation as you step in.
The door to the guest room is open because she feels like closing it would be make the person that potentially is waking up feel very trapped.
Totally fair.
I think Billy is, at least as long as the voices don't elevate anymore, he's satisfied leaving this to Mari for now. So I think he's snuffed out his cigarette. He's come back into the kitchen, and I think he's gonna continue listening while he drinks Mari's cocoa and reads her book.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, it's actually right at the beginning of a very spicy scene. Perfect timing.
It's the first time. It's like at the beginning of the book, like the first time they get together.
You know, in those romance novels. I can't actually speak to that one. So if anyone else needs to build off that, go for it. But so while you're listening, we're going to jump over to Peter, who is currently bent over a laptop which has been set up so it doesn't connect to any networks. It doesn't connect to the internet. It's all very self-sustained and closed off. And for maybe the 25th time, maybe 30th time, you're watching this video, trying to figure out what exactly it is that your drone caught, as you see this vampire holding Ray and then leans in to bite him, and definitely takes a good draw of his blood. Has that moment where you can see him bent over Ray, who's kind of doing the that moment of holy shit, someone just bit me, and starts fighting, but there was that look of shock on his face, and then his eyes just roll back in his head, and as the vampire drops him, he just like falls like a sack of potatoes. And the vampires, you can see it's hazy, it's hard to see, but it's there as smoke is starting to billow off from his skin and his hair. You can see as he reaches up to like grab his head, his nails pop off and little bits of skin and smoke and maybe charring are marking his fingers. It looks like whatever happened there, this fellow, the bartender, did something to that vampire.
And, I'm just trying to watch his face. As you said, it sounds like he looks surprised at getting bit. So, like, this is something that looks like totally new to him. There's no, like, recognition or anything on his face.
Yeah, at first, the first 10, 12 times that you read through it, you were pretty convinced that he had to be at least aware the vampires existed. This had to be a setup on his part where he knew this was going to happen and he, like, laced his skin with something. But the more you watch it, the more you're just like, no, this guy had no idea. This was a complete surprise.
Okay. Fox is a little well, not a little. He's a lot paranoid. So he's going to take this thumb drive with the video. He's going to he's got like a little compartment in the wheelchair in the handle. He's just going to hide the thumb drive in there. He's not saving it on any other device. He's going to factory reset his phone. Then he's going to connect it to the drone, have the drone just record nothing to overwrite the drive. He's going to factory reset it again and do it again. It's like he's going to do everything he can to make sure this footage can't get off his phone.
Okay.
Like there's no recovery on this drive. And then he's going to VPN some Eastern European country, set up like some SSH tunnel to another system, and then do like a search on Raymond and see what he can find out about this guy.
Okay.
And
So,
again, trying to keep his presence hidden as much as possible.
So why don't you go ahead and do a I'm gonna call it intelligence and where is it? Technology?
Technology?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And Sid, how is there anything that's like not going to be found in a database as far as Ray's background from the military and all that? Is that all we're gonna say public in air quotes, like nothing has been hidden away by the government or anything like that?
I mean,
right?
there are going to be a few redacted things.
Okay.
Not everything isn't inked out, but a good chunk of it. A good chunk of it, I'd say.
5 successes, 2 of them are 10s. Well, 3 of them are 10s, I should say. 2 10s.
Nice. So you are able to find that this guy lives in the area. He has an address that takes you a little bit to find, but it is you are able to essentially search your way in to find it.
I'm assuming it's the one that matches his driver's license.
It is.
Okay.
You can tell he was in the military. Sid, why don't you tell us what military information he would find?
I think basically, so joined the military at 18, was in there. How old did I say he was? 31? Was in there for 10 years. Yeah, 10-ish years. Was for the Jordan been in there for 10 years. A good portion of it, he was in a Spec Ops unit, and that's a lot of the redacted stuff. It just has when you join his medal, whatever. What do you call them? Decoration medals, decorations, all that stuff that you could find. Basic stuff, stations, whatever is public knowledge, like normally you'd find, and then the redacted stuff. You have a chunk of history missing. Like if you list everything out, you have from this time to this time is not there.
Does Ray have social media?
Not. I mean, yeah, sparsely. He has accounts, but is not heavily used.
So Ray's got like a MySpace page out there that hasn't been logged into for 15 years or whatever.
MySpace. All the newer one, all the new stuff, but it's just not a heavy presence. He's there, just not heavy. Like there's like posts, years between posts, months, long periods of time. He's not someone that's on it every day.
Is there any signs of family or friends that are?
Yeah. So a brother and sister, foster brother, sister, that he keeps in touch with, keeps in contact with. They're there, likes and posts. Right now, I think it's Corbett and what?
Oh,
this is what happens when everything.
I might have made note of that one. Hang on.
Yeah, when everything crashes. Yeah, you'll see like any interactions. It's mostly going to be from them. That's who show up a lot in the likes and tags and things like that. If you find a lot of pictures or a lot of posts from him, it's mostly involved with them.
I actually don't have their names. I just have your touchstones of your foster siblings, but I was waiting on names, so
I have the names.
Nice.
I just gotta find them. I think it's not written down there. It's probably in the other, but it's Corbett and I think Anaya. Some it's a the sisters.
Is there any indication on your social media that they're foster brother sisters?
Mm-mm. You just know he was in the. He had a parent. Parent died around I think it was 12. And then he was in the system from then, and you just.
I think you noticed
from everything you could infer that there are on everything they're listed as like brother sister. If it has that familial thing, but you can infer that they're foster siblings.
Okay.
Yeah, none of them share a similar surname, so.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do a quick order of a free 43andMe kit online real quick, and then text Billy like, "Hey, if he's still unconscious, can you get a cheek swab from him?"
As you go
Like
to
a QT?
text, you realize that the light on your phone is actually daylight, and you kind of look around, and through the windows, the high up windows that you haven't blacked out to allow a little bit of sunlight to come in, sun is coming in. The light that you're working by now is no longer just the bare bulbs that are hanging in here. It's been several hours, and you just have completely lost track of time. And as you look up and you push send on that message, you notice a couple of black SUVs sitting across, they're on your security camera. They're not in the parking lot, but they're sitting across the way. And it just immediately, you're already a little paranoid, especially after last night, and immediately you just go on, I don't want to say the offensive or defensive, but your alarm bells start going off in your head.
Oh yeah. He will grab a shotgun from the back, and then like prepare to ambush if he sees anybody coming towards his doors.
Okay. As you're watching, you keep an eye on the security cameras, and you notice they start like fritzing. Like you see little jumbles in the each screen, almost like they're playing and then they start replaying.
Ooh, shit. Okay. Trying to think his most fortified spot in here.
As you're scrambling to figure out where to go, where to put yourself in case they come in through the front door, or even like bust in through a couple of the windows that you haven't fortified, or there is like the hatch that gets onto the roof so like the AC unit can get taken care of and stuff like that. You're looking at all of this stuff and there's a knock at the door. And you look up at the camera and there is no one on the camera.
He'll call out, "Who's there?"
There's a... Sounds like somebody dropped something, but you don't hear a voice.
I ain't opening the door, so if you can't speak, go away.
Outside, Amelia, you're staring at this door, and there's this rough voice inside that you remember. There's like this moment of like nostalgia that kind of kicks in for a moment, but then you realize, you're here for a completely different reason. You're here for a job, for a reason, for a purpose. What do you say or do?
So Amelia would approach the door and be like, Peter, that you?
Maybe? Who's that? I don't know if I can recognize the voice of the door or not.
It sounds familiar.
It's Leah. Amelia.
He'll roll over to the door and, like pull up one of the slides to see if he can see through it.
Yeah, sure enough, standing there. What is Amelia wearing?
Amelia's wearing kind of like undercover kind of garments, flannel shirt, beanie on, almost like if she's like delivering DoorDash kind of energy.
And you want to describe what she looks like beyond that?
She has ebony skin, long natural hair. Her hair is kind of like silk pressed for right now, but like she just kind of like checking behind her, and just like scoping the area with her eyes at this moment in time.
So, Peter, you look out and you see Amelia standing there looking like this, and you also quite easily clock there are at least 3 other individuals. There is a fellow, and Ryan, I'm going to have you describe what Diego looks like, who is standing just in front of one of those black SUVs, which is no longer parked across the way like your camera shows it is. Instead, it is like right outside. Like Amelia just has to step back and essentially take a few steps to get in to be safe. And in case like something went sideways, these are the thoughts crossing your mind. You're like, oh, okay, obviously this was set up for her protection, and this guy is there to protect her. And that person, that lady over there that's pushing the stroller, there's not even a kid in that stroller. You can see like the camera in the stroller that's pointed towards you. What do you do?
Come to the back door.
All right. Amelia will like signal Diego to let her know that she's going to the back door.
Okay.
Amelia said, "All right, I'm heading towards the back.
Just you.
Just me."
So
Peter or Alex will start rolling by the windows and making sure the bear traps underneath them are set,
okay.
just in case they come through.
So Amelia, as you're walking around, you can see this building, and your organization did some research on it before they sent you here. It used to be like a tire shop, and you could see like obvious signs of garages and like what was like a retail space. And you're kind of walking around, you're keeping an eye out for any of the traps that you know Peter has set out. More than likely not out here, because this is pretty public. There are people that are walking by, and it's still pretty early morning, but you're keeping an eye out for like tripwires and things like that. And Diego and the others disappear around a corner, but over there is another SUV that's keeping an eye on you. You can see the two people sitting in the front seat, and you step through, you get up to a gate, you step through the gate, and it's like a chain link fence. You can see there are still tires back here. The sun has really started to like break them down, and as you kind of go around the back of the building, you see this metal door that just has like one of those like really thin security windows on it, has like the wire mesh, and it's pretty clouded up, but you can see signs of movement within. As Peter,
He'll get back there and he'll start removing the chains from behind the door, and then pulling the slides. Like, it's almost like New York apartment, except it's like chains across the back of the door instead of like small ones. So it like takes a few minutes to get the things down, and then we'll let her in.
so as you open the door,
And he's got his shotgun sitting there.
it's like the last 2 years have barely even passed. No one has changed. Even Amelia's like gear seems spot on for kind of being undercover. And the two of you are sitting in the dark. It's 2 years ago. It's kind of mid September-ish. You don't remember the date exactly, which kind of, in your mind, that kind of throws you for a second, because you feel like you should remember the date, but it's mid-September, and it's nighttime, and you are sitting near your van, but you can see this house in the view screen of your drone that's flying over it, and you're keeping an eye on it. And in the video feed, you can see this hot spot on the other side of the house that is Amelia. And Amelia, over there, you can see the shadowed out house, very faint lights coming from within, probably candlelight, as three shadows are moving their way away, like down to the house from kind of a central point in between you and where Peter sits. And you can hear chatter over your headsets from sorry, hang on a sec. From Abigail, as she's like, okay, I don't see any signs that they have like set up any kind of traps or anything. I don't know why they would, but Peter said just keep an eye out. And Amelia, you feel good that they're paying attention to Peter, because he is quite a bit older than the four of you, and you really like have put your trust in him as far as teaching the four of you the ropes, keeping you safe as you're doing this. So you're keeping an eye out, and you bring up these binoculars to your eyes, and you can see these heat signatures of three of them moving up against this building, which is pretty much just this very dark blue in a sea of black around them. From the sky, your drone, Peter, can see inside there are a couple of forms that are laying on the ground. They were pretty bright orange. They're fading. They're slowly turning shades of blue and green as these figures that are the same shades of blue and green are moving around them. 3 figures. They had let those people into the house previously. You're pretty sure, if your intel was right, that these are vampires, and they brought people in. You weren't expecting them to have victims here tonight, and you feel bad that you didn't get here in time to save them, as you can see their heat signatures just fade away. But on the side of the house, you can see your fellow hunters as they are moving to different points around the house that they're going to break in and take care of this, what's going on. And it's about that time that your video gets a little wonky. There's some static that kind of rolls across it. In your binoculars, Amelia, they kind of do the same thing. You shake them, trying to figure out what's going on. They kind of blink off and on. You look back up. It's just nothing looks quite right. Like the colors are all a little off. Like there's some kind of interference. And there's this buzz in your ear. It's hard to hear what they're saying. You hear some breaking glass, very faint. And you can see what you're pretty sure was Jeremy climb through one of the windows. As on the other side, Gerald slowly opens a door that didn't appear to be locked and heads in. What do the two of you do?
I say over the comms, careful in there. They just fed, so they're probably, at full strength.
Yeah, but they're probably sleepy too, right? They got that after
I mean,
dinner
it's night
tide.
out. I don't know if they work like that, but keep an eye out. They're still in the rooms. I'll kind of give them information based on what I've seen off the drone.
And sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say was gonna ask Peter's like, do you think I should go in as backup cover? As
No,
a
we
man? You think-
need to stay here and keep an eye out just in case any of these get out. They need to handle them in there, but if one of them gets out, it's up to us to stop it.
Okay.
And Amelia, in your hand, you're holding what's essentially a spud gun, a potato gun, but it launches stakes that you're essentially set up out here to, in case you get a runner, you're trying to take them out as they run. And there's just this weird pit in your stomach as you kind of grip your makeshift contraption there, and you're watching, and that weird glitch just keeps happening, and it's like the heat sensor is starting to go out or something. You can see the hot spots that are your friends, but you're starting to lose the cold spots. It's almost like they're blending into each other. All of that cold is starting to just become a monochromal blue-gray. And the vampire that's in the front room disappears. But then as you're watching, you feel like you see something move, and another cold shape appears coming up through the floor, and you kind of jump for a moment. You're not really sure what that was, and then it also disappears, and you hear Amelia says, "What? Do you hear that? What is that noise?" And Gerald's like, no, I don't. Oh, no, wait. No, I think I do hear it. You should probably be quiet, though. We don't want him to hear us.
Amelia would probably bring up to Peter. It's like the tech. Is the technology on the fritz? These movements doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Could Amelia have knowledge of a Pacific clan of vampires, like good click, that could affect technology?
So, pretty new at this. You've definitely heard that there are some variations in vampires, but why don't we have you do your first roll of the game? Why don't we call it a intelligence? You could do occult, or that's kind of my go-to on this one.
Makes sense.
Is it just occult?
So you
Intelligence occult?
so you do intelligence plus your occult.
Okay. Gotcha.
And do remember, there are advantages floating around out there if you feel like you would like to use any of them. I'm sorry, what was that?
I'm going to use my advantage because
Okay.
the first round was all blanks.
Perfect.
Was he? It was
I will mark it off.
3 successes.
Okay. You definitely remember hearing that there's like kind of a it's more like folk tales that you've read, that there are vampires that are very good at like obfuscation, like ability to hide themselves. But as far as directly affecting technology, you haven't seen it happen before. But as you're watching, and this kind of miasma of, well, lack of heat is moving its way across your night vision or your heat vision goggles. Inside, you see light erupt fast and loud as guns start going off. And you hear Jeremy shout, "Oh shit, what is that?"
I was like, Amelia would be freaking out. I was like, Peter, what's going on?
Sounds like they're fighting. I don't know.
Fighting what?
Peter, you look down, you're looking at your drone, you look up, you look down to the screen, you look up at your drone, you can see it just barely above the house, like in the gloom of the sky, and it appears to be working fine. You look down again, and you're just not sure what's going on, because you can see as the three of them are moving around, you can see the bursts of gunfire in the camera of the drone. You can see the fading lights of the people that were in there previously, but you can no longer see where the vampires are. But there's this spreading cold filling the house. And then those figures start to disappear too. The figures of your friends. It's like the cold is overwhelming their heat signatures. They're still moving around. They're still fighting. You can hear them shouting. And
what are you seeing? He'll say into the headset.
There's something in here. It's not what we thought it was. It's not what. And there's like this static that keeps building. We gotta get out. We're getting out. We're gonna give you the signs to blow it. And you know that you gave Jeremy the explosives.
Yep.
And you've reached back and you pull out the switch to fire it. You're waiting for them to get out. And on the other side, Amelia, you can see flashes of them show up in your goggles, like as though there's something moving in between them and you, something cold that blocks them, but then they reappear And as you hear static filling your ears, then you hear Jeremy shout, "Blow it!" And then static. And you can see the three of them on your side of the building, Amelia, as they're frantically trying to get to the door or the windows, any way to get out. And they're fighting things to get off. And you're pretty sure you heard something else. You're not 100% sure, but it sounded like Jeremy was saying, "We're not out yet. Don't blow it." As the screen of your goggles flares brilliant white. You have to like grab them and throw them off on the ground. Your eyes are watering as you try to see the fireball that envelops the house below. Peter, you like are laying on your side as it knocked you out of your wheelchair, and you kind of look up as you hear the of your drone shoot off into the night, bits of it melting and on fire. What do you do?
I try to get back up. We gotta go.
Amelia's just like in distraught, rubbing her eyes, and she's like, "Why did you blow it up?"
They called to blow it.
No, they said don't blow it up.
No, he said blow it.
No, he did not. They was trying to escape, and you blew it up.
Well, yeah, he said blow it, so
No.
I did.
He said don't blow it up. They was so close to the door. They didn't escape yet.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I heard blow it. But we gotta go. We can't stay here right now. Let's argue this somewhere else.
It's like Amelia just like didn't really want to leave, but like went on ahead and followed to leave.
So skirting back around, you see as Peter pulls up in the van at the pickup point, there's some rocks stuck to his face and a little bit of blood where he hit the gravel after getting pushed out of his chair from the blunt force of the explosion. What do you do?
Let's go. There's nothing more we can do here.
It's like, all right, Amelia's just like went on ahead and just gonna follow Peter.
Okay. So you get in the van and there's just a lack of conversation, I feel, on the way home or the way back to the hideout, the headquarters that you used to have. And as you're standing there staring at each other now in the daylight, and it doesn't seem like much time has passed, there's still this enormous gulf between the two of you, as Amelia had left Peter shortly thereafter to go off and kind of find a different method of dealing with these creatures in the night. But now, with backup waiting just a call away, and looking at Peter in this tire shop, what does Amelia do?
It's like, Peter, you look good. Last time I saw you.
Thanks. I'm
No.
assuming this is your new crew out there.
It's like I was like, it's not my new crew, but I'm part of the crew.
What are you needing from me? Because you ain't gonna just show up out of my health.
Mm. Well, I was like, I can just show it to you, and Amelia will pull out her phone, burner phone. She learned everything from good old Peter on a lot of stuff about technology. and it showed the footage of the incident with the bartender at the Red Room.
So, Peter, as
Mhm.
you take in this phone, and you can tell it's been set up as Amelia's kind of like scrolling through to show you what it needs to be, what she's about to show you. You can tell, not connected to any networks, not on the internet, like completely self-contained, and this like little bit of pride kind of fills you, and then your stomach just drops as a video begins to play of what looks like up and across the parking lot from the Red Room last night, and this bartender being attacked by someone who bites him, and then that person immediately begins to break down, burn up. There's also footage of another of your cohorts burning some woman alive, and just off screen there's a small explosion that happens at some point that happened, like you'd seen a girl run off in that direction, which you know is the vampire that you slapped the C4 bracelet on. Essentially the whole thing, and you have no idea how Amelia has this.
Am I on the footage?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Is that your new crew?
Yeah, plus or minus.
Okay. Interesting.
Depends on which one of them you ask.
Understandable. But this is not a good look, Peter. Like, as she takes the phone back. I just came here that we need the bartender. And then we'll go on our merry way.
I ain't got him.
But I bet you know the location.
Maybe.
We both know that maybe is a yes.
I ain't stupid. I saw that as well.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna give the location willingly, or gotta bring the bosses in here? Like,
I mean, how many of them do you want dead here?
It's like, Peter, we don't need. It's been 2 years. You just throw me a bone here.
I mean,
we're not doing nothing bad here. We're here on the same mission. If you need to come along and see what we're gonna do with the bartender, you can.
I mean, that bartender could be a valuable weapon.
Of course. Why you think we're here?
Yeah, why do you think I want to keep him as well?
And do what?
Figure out what we can do with him.
Just you alone and the crew on this footage. My organization, we are pretty much more stacked up right now, and probably help this person more.
Okay,
Hey, look,
don't
we
bullshit
both-
me. You ain't here to help him. You're here to use him as a weapon as well.
It's something to benefit all hunters. And
Well,
we can work together.
Where's been the benefit to all hunters from whatever your organization is right now? Like, I don't even know who you're working with. Why would I just give you this guy?
I say
I don't
you
even-
can come along.
Uh,
I could speak all these words and you're gonna have so much doubt, or I can just show you.
and where would we be going?
You know I can't say that out loud.
I mean, ain't no one else here at the moment.
It's like,
But if you
It's-
kill me, this whole place goes.
I was like, Peter, I will never kill you.
Well, let me see what I can find out. Do you have a contact number for me?
It's like, Yeah, Amelia will write it on. If there's like a piece of paper around, we'll write down the contact number.
All right. Next time, you don't need to bring all your friends if you're going to come visit. Leave them at home.
It's protocol. I'm pretty high ranks in this organization. Learn a lot from you, Peter.
Yeah, seems so. Like, I don't even know how you got in my security system. I'll have to fix that.
It's like I grew up at the times. What I can say, I'm Gen Z.
Yeah, I'm a little slow, but I'm catching up.
As the two of you kind of stare off and come to an awkward set of terms for now, a temporary peace, maybe. Out front, Diego, you're staring at this rundown tire shop that just like, I don't want to say it screams booby trap, but like you would not want to have to walk through this place without somebody to guide you through what you're pretty sure is, you're just kind of eyeing things and you're like, yeah, that's probably a trap over there and that's probably a trap. Before we go to break, I just wanted you to explain what Diego looks like as he's leaning against the hood of this vehicle.
Yeah, he is dressed in like joggers and a hoodie and like a probably like a similar like monocolor like tee like this, that makes it look like he probably like runs far too many miles every day at far too early of an hour for no goddamn reason. But and it looks like he could fit in, kind of in more affluent neighborhoods. But there's a little bit of an edge to him. There's something about his kind of demeanor where he has kind of that easy, like, I'm allowed to be here posture that people can take that feel entitled, but it looks more like an earned posture. Like, I'm not afraid of being here. And other than that, he's athletic, but not huge. I'd say he's like 5'11". He has darker features, a little bit darker skin, possibly Latino of some sort, but it's not like super abundantly clear of his nationality. Yeah, dark eyes, dark skin, dark eyes, dark hair. Kind of shorter, cropped, but not like high and tight.
Right. So as you're standing there and you're watching, Amelia comes around the corner, just kind of eyes you, and just walks and gets in the car. You walk around and get into the driver's seat. And as you drive away, we're going to go to break. Too many buttons to push over here. Thanks everybody for watching so far. We're gonna dive back into it in about 5 minutes or so after everyone does their bar break and or getting all the things that they need to do. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back soon.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out and sticking with us across the bio break. Definitely appreciated. Hope you're all having fun. Why don't we head back to Mari's apartment, in which a certain bartender is being held against his will,
No,
deep within
he's not
its
restrained
depths.
at all. He's not restrained at all. The door to the room is open. I don't know what you're talking about. I am not Peter.
I am not Peter. So, excuse me, sorry. Sid, so Ray is definitely confused, not really sure what's going on, but what's he up to right now? Oh, you're muted.
Currently scoping out the exit, seeing what I can see, trying to get a lay of the land so I can formulate a plan of action. Getting how many. Right now, I'm not sure. They're pretty docile, but how many hostiles in the vicinity, and
So-
how I can get out and what would be my course of action after.
I'm going to go ahead and have you do a roll for me. We're going to call it dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. Wits and awareness.
What's an awareness, and then assuming everything is a 2, so that's how many dice?
So you'll roll 4 d10.
4d2.
And let me know how many above 6 you get.
3 successes.
Nice. So while this has been going on, really faintly, but you get the feeling that there is someone else out of the sight that's in the apartment building, or like in the apartment as well. There is the open door. Carly, is there a window in this room?
Mhm.
There's
every bedroom is required to have a window, like by law. So
I was just
there
making
is
sure
a
you didn't
window.
like board anything up like Peter or that.
No, this is her apartment. It's comfy and cozy, and it doesn't feel like a hospital room. It's like a warm colored paint on the walls, and and it's got like regular bed covers on the bed, not like hospital covers. Like it's just a guest room
Terrifying.
that happens to have a lot of medical equipment, like stuff in it.
As one does with their guest rooms.
I mean, look, she does MMA, so it's not too far
Right.
out of the realm that she would
When
treat
she doesn't-
herself for all of her injuries.
When she doesn't want to get her own stuff all bloody, she comes in here to bandage herself up. So yeah, it's you see several points of egress, but you're pretty sure there is someone else that was outside that came in on the ground floor. You're pretty sure you're on the ground floor.
Are you alright? I wasn't sure you would wake up. If you didn't wake up, I was going to take you to the hospital. Well, today, later. I think it's like 3 in the morning right now. She looks at her watch.
Okay. All right, wait. Just back up a little bit. So you said that I passed out, or you found me unconscious, and instead of taking me straight to the hospital, you took me back to your place.
Yeah, well, you didn't have any visible injuries, and I know how expensive the hospital is. So I figured I'd just give you a good place to rest with somebody watching out for you, and then if it was a serious problem, I'd take you to the hospital.
And Mari, while you're talking, you notice that Ray's hand does go up to like feel his neck where he got bit, and he's kind of massaging there, and Ray, you realize that like you've had this reaction, but you're not really sure why.
Alright.
Something happened to your neck?
Probably.
You should have, at the very least, wait for the banana bag to finish.
And why do you? What is? You know? I'll be honest. I'll be real honest. This story, the your reasonings, whatever's happening, it's pretty sketch.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that I should head on out. And I started like tapping my pockets and like looking for my stuff, keys, wallet, things like that. And I'm like,
Unless
and I kind of get up and like rip the IV out.
okay.
Oh, well, I could just take it out for.
Yeah, it's out.
I like hand a band-aid to him.
Yeah, there's definitely
You should
like a
just
good line of blood that shoots out.
You should just here.
Yeah, you rip it out. You know, I'm used to IVs. Just rip it out. All right.
I hand him a little bit of gauze and a band-aid.
Yeah. So thanks.
As you're patting down your pockets and everything, unless anyone took anything except for his wallet, everything is there. But then you realize that your wallet is not in your pocket.
Okay. Did you see my wallet anywhere after you dragged my unconscious body to your, what I'm assuming, car and then apartment?
Well, yeah, I did like weekend at Bernie style, like through the bar.
Yeah, that's
But
great stuff.
No, I think you would. I mean, like I said, you were just. I found you out in the courtyard, and you were just unconscious. Were you mugged?
Yeah, probably. And I guess I just start walking.
Do you need some cash?
I'll be fine.
Cash.
Nope, no.
Are you sure?
You've helped me enough. Thank you. I really appreciated that I didn't, sleep outside in the cold tonight. Thanks.
Okay, well, if you remember anything or have any other questions, I like. My name is Mari. Mari Griff. You can just look me up in the phone book.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or online. I guess that's what people do now.
Yeah. Okay. Jeremy, aside from the neck pain and then all my other scars from the years, scarred up bod, do I have anything fresh, anything new?
Your head hurts like somebody. No, I mean actually you've fallen down a few times and cracked your melon, so you kind of have that headache, that kind of like dull ache in your head. That's pretty much it.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So I guess I walk out, like I back out of the room and bump into Billy.
Oh, Billy's in the kitchen, like at the dining table, so he's not like in the hallways right now.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, I just walk out.
We'll have to walk past him, but
Billy's not like right at the door, but I think you'd see him the moment that you came out. He's sitting at a stool in the kitchen, and he's got a what looks like a romance novel in one hand, and he's just been sort of looking at it. Empty mug of something in front of him.
Wait, you drank my hot chocolate? You better not have lost my place in that book.
And you can see he's like several chapters in already.
Yeah. Why do you always do this, Billy? You could just get your own copy of the book.
Something that I think Raymond would pick up on right away is that his other hand is in his fanny pack.
That's not weird at all. You get whatever.
Hold up just again. A minute, would you please?
No. It's been a pretty weird time, and I'd like to leave. So that's what I'm gonna do. You guys.
You
have
sure
a
you don't want any cash?
No.
Like, how are you gonna get home?
I'll make my way. Don't worry about it. I'm pretty resourceful.
Okay.
So Ray, go ahead and roll 3d10 for me. Tell me how many 6s or above you get.
Where's the other one? 3. I got 110.
Okay. as you are having this conversation, you glance over again at this blonde guy that's reading this romance novel, and the back of your head flares in pain. You close your eyes, and as you close your eyes, you can see this guy, but he's standing in, like, you know, the back door into the red room really well. Like, you're always taking things out, got to take the trash out, taking all these things, and he's standing in the back door, but you can see him kind of like over your shoulder, like you just look back at him, and there's something in front of you. You can't quite make it out. There's something there that you don't want it to be there, but you know you've seen this guy before, and your head is just splitting.
Debilitating or just really hurt you? Hurt you out?
When you open your eyes again, your eyes are watering. There's like a slight ringing in your ears, but you're not out.
Yeah. Thanks for the hospitality, but I think I'll head on out of here.
You sure you don't want some ibuprofen for the road? That you look like you're in pain.
Unless you got about 1,000 mils, I don't think it's gonna help me already. So
I got some 800.
I ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, if you take 2 of them.
My king.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Thanks. Because
I got a personal
I no
prescription.
longer.
I mean, I do MMA. Of course, I have a personal prescription.
I no longer want to take anything from these people who reverse roofied me. I'm trying to get this guy has not only has a fanny pack, but has a hand in it, reading a romance novel. I need to leave. I gotta get up out of here.
You're honestly lucky that we found you. I'm gonna let you leave. I'm not sure the others would.
Yeah. Cool.
Mari is gonna help him, like escort him out of the apartment complex. But while she's doing that, she's going to try and slip some cash, like, into his pocket, like his sweatshirt or something.
I no longer want to be roofied, so I need to be aware of this.
So I feel like we'll do a contested check. Why don't we do some dexterity, stealth versus just roll 40-10, Sid?
All right. Oh, 10. Oh, that's that.
I got
1
4
success.
successes.
Sorry, Carly, what was that? 4?
4 successes.
Yeah, I got
Carly,
1.
Mari easily slips however much cash. How much cash is it?
Like 100
Okay.
in 20s.
In 20s. And Ray, you don't even notice as this woman walks by. You're kind of like looking down at the cocoa. It actually kind of smells good, but you realize it's like definitely gone. There's like, it's starting to dry on the bottom of the cup. And then you look and there's the door. Just gonna head that way.
Yeah. You guys have a nice night, morning, day, whatever.
Bye. Please take care of yourself.
Uh-huh.
Try not to get mugged again.
Yeah, I'll do my best.
As you open the door, you look out. There's a hallway, pretty nondescript. There's some like fraying blue carpet, well worn, kind of off-white, dirty white painted.
Yeah, it's like
hallway.
an older apartment building,
Right.
for sure.
It kind of smells like smoke, even though. Actually, I don't know. Does California have smoking bans inside? I shouldn't say that because Colorado does, but.
California does.
Do they? Yeah, so it still kind of smells like smoke from prior smoking bans. And you can see...
And some much more recent smoke.
Oh, right, right. Unfortunately. And you can see the exit is down there. It's clearly marked. There's some recycle bins, like, sitting outside. Seems... pretty normal. It's not like as you step out that you're in like some false lab or something. And where'd you go?
I just want to get my bearings, see if I recognize what part of town I'm in, and I guess head home.
So where does Ray live? Here in Santa Cruz.
I should have probably thought about this beforehand.
So you're looking around, and how long have you lived here?
I'm gonna say so. Fostered here.
Okay.
So basically, we're not here, but you said we're in Santa Cruz. Where are we again? California?
Yep.
Where are we?
Santa Cruz, California.
I say, lived in LA. How far is that? I don't know.
It's a long way. 6 hours.
It's like 6 hours.
6 hours. All right. So
Yeah.
born and raised, born and for a brief period in LA, moved down to how close is San Francisco?
San
Like,
Francisco's
hours.
closer.
yeah, like 2 hours.
All right. Okay. Then
Or more with
move
traffic.
moved to San Francisco, and then after like 2 or 3 years, this is a long way to say like 6 years. Foster family, fosters were moved around the system here a little bit for a little bit, and then was fostered for like 2 years with the foster family, and then military, and then back here since the military. So like a year and a half.
Okay. All right. So I feel like you've probably been around town at least somewhat. You look around. It takes you a few minutes of walking, but like you catch sight of the ocean. You can see the different waterways that go through the city, and you're pretty sure you are in the Seabright district.
It's probably right next to the Arana Gulch Park because, physical activity.
Is that the big one?
Yeah, it's that big park.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
right next to it.
So from there, you pick a direction that you feel like you live in.
North.
North? Okay. So you start heading north.
The banana belt? You want to be in the banana belt?
As you are walking along, you stick your hands in your pockets, and you can tell that you've got cash. You can tell you've got your keys, whatever else you carry in your pockets. Just you're missing your wallet. What would you do?
Phone, everything, got everything.
I think so. Let me ask you this. Would Ray have his phone on him, like in a pocket while he was at work? Or is it like sitting on the bar somewhere? Like the back of the bar?
He knows he needs to be able to be contacted.
Okay.
While it might be a few people that actually contacts him, he just knows he just needs to be available, whenever he can. So not that he's like on it or anything, but it's always there.
It's in your pocket.
Cool. I calls me an Uber.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to. Before I cancel these cards in the morning, I'm gonna just use that account and go home.
So as you're walking along, you see there's like a Walgreens up ahead, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go. You call the Uber, and you're like, hey, can you pick me up at the Walgreens? This like blue sedan pulls up, pretty nondescript, and there's this like probably middle-aged lady driving. It's kind of hard to tell for sure. She's graying a little bit, well suntanned. As you open it, you can smell the suntan lotion. And there's like a little like surfboard dangling from her rearview mirror. Where are you going?
Isn't I think they have the address. Yeah, address.
She looks down at her phone. Right. She pushes the go button. I'm not an Uber driver, I don't know. And starts following the route to take you home. Meanwhile, back in the apartment, what's going on?
I'm berating Billy for not putting the cup in the sink after he finished it. And just letting it dry out. You know it's so much harder to clean when it's like that. And please, can you find the page that you started on so that I don't have to do the work for your nosiness?
It's page 8. It's not hard to remember. Here.
Oh, I thought it was further than that. Wow, they started really early in this one. She's cleaning up the mug, and then she's like, well, I need to get like a couple of hours of sleep before. Well, what was yesterday, Saturday, Friday? What day of the week was it? Do I have work tomorrow?
I feel like we knew this. No, it was a Friday night, I'm pretty sure. So this is Saturday.
Well, then she's like, I need to go to sleep.
All right.
You
Give
can
me a
use the
ring
couch
if you need me.
or the guest room. Or you can leave. It's up to you.
I mean, if you're offering,
Yeah. It's late. You should probably sleep before trying to go anywhere.
I think Billy's
Really?
eyeing the couch.
Oh, it's really comfy. I sometimes sleep there when I'm too lazy to walk to my bedroom.
I feel like, I mean, you gave keys to these people, so I feel like they've been to your house before. So,
Oh, I know, but she says it every time.
Right. So, like, there should be, like, at least some familiarity, like, you know your way around somewhat, Billy. So, if you want to crash here or if you want to head out. How did you get here? Did you drive? Did you take an Uber? Taxi?
Yeah, he drove his car.
Teleport?
But no, I think he thought that Mario was trying to give him a hint, like get the hell out of here. But honestly, if he can just grab 40 winks on the couch, that beats driving across town again.
Oh, Mario would never kick anybody out. She was just doing her berating because you caused extra work for her. But she would never kick anybody out.
Okay. So, as the two of you take your various places to take a nap, several hours go by, and you wake up feeling kind of groggy, that like midday waking up in the heat, awkward feeling, like, oh, why am I, it's daylight, why am I sleeping? Who's the first to wake up?
I think probably Billy. He doesn't sleep super well.
Okay. So, Jason, what has Ray, or not Ray? Jason, tell me what Ray did. Now, what did Peter do in response to what has happened so far?
Yeah, as soon as that happened, he's going to go back into his laptop and access like a little account to send text messages to Mari and Billy. Do not reply to this. As soon as you read it, unplug the battery from your phone. Don't turn it off. Meet me at the IHOP in, I think it's Kings Mall. Bring the bartender. We have trouble.
Perfect.
And then he's going to pop a couple caffeine pills to stay awake. There's like 45 Magnums or whatever they were called.
Okay. So as you wake up, Billy, and kind of blearily look around, you notice your phone is vibrating,
How old is the message? Am I just waking up to it, or is this
You
like
are just waking up to it. It's about 45 minutes ago. Actually, the one that just came through is like an offer for like it's a deal on Starbucks coffee. If you come today, get extra points or something. But you notice there's also a message that you missed 45 minutes ago from Peter.
I think he gets up and decides he needs a glass of ice water because just, oh my goodness, dry mouth just feels gross. But after that, I think he goes and just bangs on the door frame a little bit. Hey, Mara, you want to go talk to Peter?
No.
All right, I'll let you know how it goes.
No, she says that as she stands up and gets out of bed.
We sent the text message to both of them, just as.
Oh, I know, but she was asleep, so she
Right.
hasn't.
Oh, sure.
She'll like get up and she'll look at the phone and I don't think Mari's quite as paranoid as Peter is, and so looks at it and immediately just doesn't do any of the like battery instructions or any of that. Just kind of rolls her eyes and gets dressed into some like cargo pants and a sweatshirt. All right, let's go see what Paranoid Pete wants.
Okay, so as the two of you head out, oh, my brain just derailed. What was I going to say? Sid.
You're gonna go to the IHOP in the morning to get breakfast?
Denny's.
Sid, roll me 40-10. That's what I was going to say.
Roll 40-10.
Yes, please.
That's a D8. Have I been rolling a D8 this entire time?
I've rolled above a 4. The little triangle ones, right?
Shit. That's a 1 success, 1 6.
Okay. As you come to a stop outside of your house, apartment building, what do you live in?
I say apartment.
Okay. So as you come to a stop outside and you step out, and the lady's been talking about like surf conditions lately and all of these things, and you just kind of tuned it out.
I engage in the conversation as much as I can with, the splitting headache.
Are you big on the surf lingo?
Here or there.
Okay. So yeah, she seems to know what she's talking about, and she is essentially just doing this job so that she can spend the rest of her time, like she does this as little as possible, so she spends the rest of her time surfing. I feel like it might give you a certain sense of like, good for her, but
Nice.
that's really up to you. And as you step out, you get this weird sensation like you're being watched, but as you look around, you don't see anyone. Certainly there aren't the two people who had you in their guest bedroom.
Okay.
Heading up to your house? Apartment?
What time is it?
It's actually going on midday.
Midday?
Yeah.
Like, sun's up?
Yeah.
And no one's outside?
You can see people walking, like there's a guy walking his miniature pincher over there, and there's some kids over here that probably should be oh no, it's Saturday, so they're they're fine. And yeah, you see people, but you don't like see anyone watching you. Gave you that sensation. Excuse me.
I go to Waffle House. Let's keep walking and let's go up to the nearest sit down all day breakfast spot near the apartment.
Yeah, so you head down. In fact, you kind of
IHOP.
it's IHOP. It's the same IHOP. Weird.
Sorry.
I feel like we need to make a railroad song. No, as you walk off, Diego, sitting in the air conditioning of the SUV that you've been driving Amelia around in, you watch as this guy Raymond Shepard, and you look down at like the information that's on the little laptop that you have that's open and like kind of connected, kind of police style, how it like is sets up and everything. You're looking at it and you look at the picture of this guy. He's a little different. It looks kind of like his military hair has like gotten a little fuzzier, but not like he hasn't really let it grow out too much more. Said I'm just going off your mini here, so I could be wrong.
What was the mini looking like?
Oh, yeah, right.
That's pretty. Mini's pretty close to where it is. It's grown out a little bit. It's not in regs for sure.
And you see him like kind of step forward. He looks around, and then he just turns and starts walking down the street. And you're like, oh. So you got to let Amelia know he's not going in.
Okay. I'll just text her.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's on the move.
Mia's like, text back, damn it. Like, just like she was going through the like mail and stuff. Like, all right.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, right? Like,
Like, what is going on here? Like, where do you gotta go?
all the way home and now he's
He
leaving.
just got here.
Yeah. I was like, fine, I'm coming out.
He's got a bunch of cash though, so got money to spend.
So as a few minutes later, Amelia comes, not running out, but I feel like there's a certain sense of urgency that you've been like left behind by this guy that you were waiting for. And Diego pulls up. What happens?
I'll open the I'll like reach across to open the door and let her in, and
Like, she hops in and like quickly shuts the door. All right, let's turn this car around.
where's he? How far away is he? I've been the entire time. I would have had him either in my own vision or in one of the mirrors.
Yeah, so if you're waiting for Amelia, sooner or later he would leave your vision, but you had an idea of the direction he was
Which
going.
direction he was going?
Yeah. Right, so you had that direction.
Yeah.
So as you start driving after this fellow, Ray, I'm going to give you one more roll. 40-10 for me. Just let me know how many successes you get.
Can I be using? I'm gonna be trying to like tail him.
Oh yeah. If you want to do some subterfuge-ish stuff, so you can do stealth and
I like how you said subterfuge stuff and then immediately said stealth and stuff.
Yeah.
right. I feel like subterfuge is different than stealth, but if you want to roll subterfuge, you can.
Sorry, I was just being ornery because you literally used the word
Right.
and then like stealth.
I will. It doesn't really matter to me, but another option would be driving because I'm driving.
You can, but if you're trying to drive stealthily, make me an argument for which attribute and skill you should be using.
Doesn't matter to me.
Got 2 skills.
Whichever one you want.
Because like stealth would be like dex and stealth, but I feel like this is more like maybe wits.
Yeah, I think that this is probably. I would say wits and driving because
Sure.
knowing how to hide in bushes does not mean you can hide a car.
You can hide
Very
car
well.
in bushes. I've done it.
Try your best.
Okay, that's called poorly driving.
Have you seen any movie? There's a lot of cars that get hidden in bushes.
Right? You just take a branch and you set it over it. No one notices.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I got 4 successes.
Okay. And Sid, what'd you get? Oh, you're muted.
I got 3 successes.
Okay.
6, 9, 10.
I got 2 9s, a 6, and a 7.
Okay. So Diego, you feel like you're doing really well. When you see you're like you see Ray's walking, he's kind of crossing this parking lot, so you kind of trail over and you're trying to stay out of sight but keep him in your line of sight, and all of a sudden you look over and he's just looking down the row of cars at you.
Can I disappear from sight and then just knock on the window?
He makes a break for it, and let's see, if you want to disappear, let's do, I feel like that's going to be a dex stealth, but sorry, I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Roll 40-10.
Yeah. 2 successes.
Two successes.
We
I'm
also
going to
have a
give
bunch of advantages, like for our group.
truth. I am going to have Ryan and Taylor both make probably intelligence awareness checks.
I got 2 successes with a 9 and a 7.
And Sid, what'd you get for your roll?
What I get?
Yeah.
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
I was tempted to use the advantage, but I got 2 successes.
Gotcha.
I got 2 successes.
All right, so
Should use it.
Sid, it's not quite as like disappear and like reappear right next to him. You do see like he disappears, but then like you think you catch a sight of him over there. Wait, is that it? And then like Amelia's like, no, he's right there, and it's more like you catch bits of him, and then he's like, are you going to the driver's side or passenger side?
Pass, roll dice. Odds or evens?
Odd
Odds
for
or
driver.
evens? Odds is a driver?
Yeah.
All right, so passenger.
Okay. So Amelia, all of a sudden, he's just like right outside the window.
And like, Amelia rolls it down.
What do you want?
Wait, did you just roll down the window? That's awesome.
Man, I thought this organization had
Gen
money.
Z.
I was
Right?
surprised.
It's a complete
I was like,
front.
Gen Z rolling down the window? What is going on?
Yeah, we had these cars too. We not a budget. We can't have all cool tech.
All the cool tech was not in the window for sure.
Not in the window. Like it'd be like, "Hey, you had a rough night."
What do you want?
Well, we need you. So you want to get in the back of the car, or
No.
so you want to be in the front of the car?
No.
Want to be on the top roof of the car?
Who are you? Who are you?
I'm Leah. And you are Ray. And I'm glad we got formals out of the way.
Red flag. Cool. Doesn't tell me who you are. What do you want?
Like I said, I need you in the back of the car.
Like I said, that's not gonna happen. So yeah,
Emilio
I guess
will cut him off and show the video of Ray getting attacked.
Okay. So as
The whole video, or just up to him getting attacked?
Just up to getting attacked.
okay, so yeah, there as
It's important for Mari to know.
as Amelia cuts you off, holding up this phone, you go to say something and you look down and you see yourself, and from the angle, like it's obviously you. There's somebody standing in between the camera and you, and they like grab you, and your head kind of tilts as you look back, and at the edge of the camera you can see that guy that was in the room this morning that was reading the romance novel and drinking the hot cocoa with the fanny pack. He had the fanny pack. The hot cocoa did not have the fanny pack. And as you are watching, the guy who grabbed you looks like he bites you, and your hand goes up again.
yeah, reach for the neck.
Right.
Figures. All right, follow me. And I walk away.
Follow you.
I was following you.
We was doing that. Like,
I know.
do you sure?
Not a good job.
You sure you don't
Follow
want
me.
to? You sure you don't want to?
I knew
in
then.
the car.
I knew then. I know now.
Do you want to
Follow me. I walk away.
Like, you want?
Yeah.
Do we get out of the car? Like talks to
away.
talks to D. He's like, do we get out of the car or do we drive? Follow.
You just very
I'm just
slowly
gonna
driving behind
I'm
him.
just gonna drive. Like I don't.
Okay. I know. I was like,
This is a nice air conditioned car.
I know,
Like,
I know it's really nice, but like, I don't know. So we just slowly start following with the car. It's just next. Walking.
I mean, if he's not trying to hide from us, he's walking to wherever he's going, and I have to like. I'm not gonna creep by him, but I'll drive ahead and park in a parking spot, or I don't know. I mean, how do you follow someone? Seems like a dick move for him, but whatever.
Yeah,
Sid, how far is Ray going? Is this like?
Yeah, just up. Like I was going up the street to this diner to have breakfast, so I just walk to it.
Sure.
Whether they get out the car or drive up and park is up to them. I just go to this diner.
So do you on the way you can see that there is some parking that you can park in, or you can continue to kind of pace to see where he's going. Okay.
I'll park
wait patiently.
Yeah,
I'll take the time as I'm parking to see if anyone else, if I seem to be being tailed.
Make a roll for me.
Okay,
I'm tabbing over to find it. Hang on. Let's do wits, insight,
Awareness?
or awareness. Yeah, awareness is fine.
Okay.
Can I help on? Can I help in any way?
I got
to do what's a wedding? Okay. Got it.
I have 4 successes with 110, but 110 doesn't do anything.
You don't feel like you are being followed. You don't see anybody. Every so often there is somebody who kind of looks at you because you've been driving a little erratically. Taylor, if you want to roll, tell me what it is that you're doing.
I was gonna also I think look around in the laptop too. That also probably has a back camera just to
Oh
do the
yeah.
awareness around the area.
Sure. Yeah. So go ahead and do. We won't call that technology. Let's do wits awareness as well.
Just got a crit, like a 2.
Nice. All right, so looking, we kind of like look in at the back cam, and you do a little scrolling just to make sure that there hasn't been anybody, and you don't see any signs of anyone that's been following you or anything. And at this point, you do see Ray step into the diner up ahead.
I'll turn off the car and get out.
Yeah, same.
Okay. So as you follow, are you getting out and going into the diner, or am I assuming?
Yes,
Okay.
we're getting. I'm gonna.
We're
I'm gonna
swimming.
follow her though. Like I'm gonna flank her and follow her.
Okay. So as the two of you head in, Sid, where is Ray?
This is like in the back corner. A cup of coffee, stack of pancakes, some scrambled eggs, bacon. Just all American breakfast. Getting it in.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, this is. I'm a regular. Yeah, I'm just eating. Just getting it. Yeah, it's rough morning. Let's go. And I see him come in, and I just wave to the waitress. Delilah, just coffee, I guess. Orange. You guys drink coffee, orange juice? What do you want?
I'll have some water, please.
It's like,
Water for the party animal. All right.
it's like, it's just like nothing.
Cool.
Nothing, please.
All right. So
And now we're gonna watch you eat all alone.
Yes.
I'm not bothered. So cool. Met some weirdos. Pretty sure got drugged. Probably didn't get drugged. Explain. You just hear the clinking of a fork and plate.
Like Millie's just trying to think of like how to explain on this, because this is probably a lot for Ray. It's like,
Seems like you have answers. You came to me like you have answers. I have a few questions. What the hell happened last night? What's that video? Did that guy bite me? No, not judging anything, but just not. I don't know what's going on there.
biting is a normal reaction of fighting. I mean, you and but
Not in the fights I get in. Anyway, yeah, continue.
like we have basically been sent here to investigate you.
Investigate me.
Yeah, since you got attacked abruptly, and you saw the footage.
I got attacked. Seems like I saw that guy. And are you showing the video?
I was like, she'll pull it back up if if
saw,
Ray wants it.
saw that guy. Woke up and he was, I guess, drinking coffee, just fanny packing and reading
Hot
an
chocolate?
adult novel.
It was definitely hot chocolate.
I don't know what it was. I don't know. It was a cup of something, and he was fanny packing, reading one of those smutty novels. So I don't know what's going on there. But woke up in this random bed. I guess I got attacked. I was told that I was found unconscious in an alleyway. That doesn't seem like that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
So you're here to investigate me. Why? Who sent you? FBI, CIA, NSA, TSA?
No.
FDA?
No.
FSA?
FDA?
Peter.
Did Shirley send you?
Oh, you better hope Shirley didn't send you.
FICO?
FICO.
I was like, we were sent by an organization called Amelia looks to D to see should she say the organization name?
Letters. Which part of the alphabet are you guys?
Not really alphabet.
Yeah, I probably he would kind of cut in and say, pull out his business card and just hand him his business card. So that other people don't hear the organization, but it is just the name of the company and the name of the organization.
company. Cool. That answers a lot of questions. Anyway, so what's answers, please? I'm asking nicely.
It just like since it's like public, Amelia's just trying to keep it like as quiet as possible, looking around. Assuming if the diner busy or like is it quiet?
What time is it? What time of day is? What time is it?
It is midday, so there. It looks like there's a bit of a lunch rush, but it's it being Saturday. Yeah, there's quite a few people in here.
So I think Amelia will like pull out like her phone, go on the notes app, and just start typing on there, basically saying like, "Do you believe of creatures of the night?" and shows it to them.
That just not. I'm honestly not trying to be the asshole. Out of character. I'm not trying to be the asshole here, but he has a pretty rough night, a really rough morning.
Yeah.
And you're giving him things to read.
And like, Billy's like, I can't say this out loud. Like, work with me here. We're here at a diner. You didn't get in the car.
I stare at you while you type this on your notes app. Just blank stare with pancakes. And when you hand me the phone, I look at it. I don't read it. I just look at it. I look at you. I look at Diego. The other guy, because he hasn't told me his name.
It was your name on your card?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I look at Diego. I'm like, and I read it. I gently, with an attitude, put down the knife and fork, push away the plate, and I read this app. This the whatever was written, and what was written was, "Do you believe in creatures of the night?"
Yeah.
You talking about hookers?
No. Well, basically, no. It's like well, like no.
Sometimes, well,
He's like well. I was like, he's like, okay, like I try to be more discreet. I didn't want to say it out loud, but like she typed up the word just like vampires.
Like Dracula,
Yeah.
Renfield,
Well, they're like Nosferatu. But...
bitey.
Mm-hmm.
Stop flipping the lights, Nosferatu.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yep.
Okay. All right. Are you guys fucking with me?
No, she shows the next part of the video.
Up till
Because
when?
I've had a pretty shitty night and a pretty shitty morning. I don't have the time for this.
Yeah, it's like here's the next part of the video.
so as you're kind of like looking at Amelia and you're looking at D and you're kind of like trying to figure out if they're being serious or whatever, and she pushes play on the video again. Like it doesn't have sound, and so it doesn't really catch your attention right away, but you glance down at it and it just it's moving, moving picture, so it kind of catches your attention. You look down at it and it's going through what you just saw, but then it shows you kind of like reel back and collapse to the ground, not from apparently any violence that was done to you. Like you don't see any, nobody shot you, nobody hit you, nobody did anything to knock you over, no one pushed you. It's more like the guy let you go and like stumbled back and you just collapsed. And that, that's one thing, because you don't really remember what happened, but what happens next is really kind of what catches your attention, because that guy seems to slowly be burning. You don't see any fire, but there's definitely like smoke coming off of him. Looks like his flesh is peeling away, and soon he's just like a pile of kind of gooey ash.
What the hell just happened to that guy?
That's what we're trying to find out about you, Ray. Because you, congratulations, killed your first vampire.
Level up.
You leveled up, man.
So I say nothing, put down the phone, hand it back, and then again, just without the attitude this time, I just pick back up, the knife and the fork, and let's continue eating breakfast because it's.
And he still misses seeing Mari light a vampire on fire.
What was that?
I said, and he still misses seeing Mari light a vampire.
Yeah, however far they play it.
Yeah, are you gonna play the whole video?
Yeah, like Amelia didn't take the phone back, so
Oh,
Ray wants to
okay,
keep
yeah.
moving. Ray
Yeah, so-
I'd watch the whole video. Okay.
You do
So-
see the woman from this morning that comes out of the back door into the red room. She has like a bottle of something.
I had a glass.
It is a glass. It's not a Michelob,
Yeah.
so you're not really sure what it was.
I know what other things are. I just.
You brought this on yourself.
I know what other things are. I just, it just
Doesn't
so
serve
happen.
So you see her like go to the left. Oh, really, it's on the right side of the camera, and to kind of disappear. But then there's like fire kind of showing. Like you see gouts of flame coming on the edge of the camera, and then those kind of go down. You do see bodies laying on the ground around you and around this guy in a wheelchair who you have not seen. You see Naomi laying on the ground, kind of moving as though she's been knocked out, but isn't like completely unconscious. She's just kind of very unaware of what's going on, but is trying to like move herself out of the way. And then like they kind of come in, and the woman climbs back down. You can see she was actually thinking about it. She must have climbed up onto the roof of like there's like that back roof above the building behind you. So she climbs down off of that. They talk a bit. She picks you up, not fireman style, but like Weekend at Bernie style, and carries you inside. The guy from this morning goes over and picks up Fiona, carries her inside. The guy in the wheelchair, you see this drone fly down, and he kind of messes with it. And I feel like did you like put the drone away when you left, or did you send it off ahead?
Yeah. No, I put it away.
Okay, yeah, so he like stows the drone and then goes off down towards the street out front. And I feel like this part, it kind of goes on for a while like this, and Amelia might be like, yeah, you could just fast forward through this. And essentially it's just like people kind of like walking in, looking around, kind of like gasping, running back. And you see flashing lights, police cars pull in, there's an ambulance, some people come in, check the bodies. You see Fiona come back outside and sit down. Frank, pretty sure his name is Frank, the bar back, is like sitting with her, and they're talking, and there's police talking with her, and it looks like it was a whole kerfuffle. there was a whole bunch of shit that happened.
I'm going to ask him if he's received any phone calls since last night.
Nope. Did I? Have I?
I'm trying to think if I'm missing something. Should he have?
I mean, I don't know if the head bartender just
right.
went missing.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
The owner of the bar at that.
Yeah.
Or like the police or anything, I mean, I'm just trying to
Like show that this really happened.
and or also like my character doesn't know Raymond, right?
Right.
Like, and trying to understand like what his place might be.
So there are no calls on your phone, Ray.
Okay. Nope. No calls.
Okay. Interesting.
Many realize, like, I know this is a lot to take in, but now you're basically everyone's in a lot of organizations is probably going to come after you if this video gets released. And
Cool. So don't release it.
we won't.
Thanks.
That's great. But
Yeah.
our organization does know that you exist.
That's fine. Okay. That's not a lot of people in a lot of organizations. That's a bunch of people in one organization.
That wants to use you as a weapon.
Cool.
Do you want to be a weapon?
Fuck no.
Then
I had my time of that. I don't want to do it anymore.
Then that's why we're here to protect you.
Cool. Can you do that outside? Or do you need to be like next to me to do that? Is it like a bodyguard situation? Or is it just like, you know,
like relocation kind of situation?
Yeah, that.
If I could find your apartment, others can too.
Cool. In your organization or other organizations?
The other organization. Well, like my organization found you. That means other organizations. We're pretty much all in the same web links. So all organization probably could find you soon.
All right, so let me ask you this. Okay.
Okay.
And then he's a little question. All right, you said you have that video. Cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Was the video uploaded to the that their interwebs, as the young folk call it?
As of now, if my technology stays up, it's out of public view. But yes,
I still have the phone in my hand, right?
Do you?
I don't think I ever gave it back after I finished watching the video.
I know you set it down on the table, so we can fight about that phone real quick.
I'd be watching it, right? This is what I'd like would have happened. I still had it, and I was just watching the video and said, "All right, so this isn't uploaded anywhere. Do you have copies?"
That's classified.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I delete that video. Well, if you got copies, you got copies. We'll see what happens. Oh, I have
a question. Well, never mind.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
No. My D would start to say something and just be like, yeah, never mind.
It's like,
Fun guy, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah. So I just like quietly delete the video, lock the phone, and said, "Well,
it was like it's not gonna be quiet because like Amelia probably would see you beep and like she is a Gen Z person that understands texting buttons and know where you moved."
If we want to do a opposed roll for essentially you're trying to delete the video and it is likely that they realize what's going on and someone's going to try and grab the phone or say, okay. So let's do, I do feel like that is, well, okay, so we're just going to do 40-10 for six. We need to find the character sheet. And let's do, is D in on this or?
D wants to, I think he would certainly sense this is going on. He wants to make a distracting ruckus, or like knock over his water glass and like a coffee cup to possibly affect what's going on with them, but also make it so that a bunch of people fighting over stuff on the table doesn't draw the attention of everyone else in the room.
So let's start there. Ryan, roll a manipulation.
And like subterfuge or
sure.
Okay.
I was thinking about having you just do double manipulation, but whichever.
3.
Okay.
Can I take one of those advantages?
Sure.
You can.
So is that just an extra die?
No, it's not a success.
It's not a success.
Oh. So I still roll. I just have one success. I don't know. How does this work?
So you still roll 4
Right.
d10
Okay.
and however many successes you get, and then you just add an additional.
Add an auto. Okay, cool. All right, that's one success.
You said one?
Ray, you can't delete this video. No, Ray, just hand the phone over.
So,
He's like, how do you delete? How do you delete?
right?
He's like, you just like,
You're like,
smash
this is an Android. I know Apple. Where's the delete button?
There's and just
I'm-
like codes.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be really honest. 100% try to delete this video.
Mhm.
Realized that
It's password protected
YouTube,
to delete it.
that as well as YouTube probably would have been quick enough to grab this phone from me. Well, probably not, but yeah.
I mean, they're just gonna slowly grab the phone back.
Yeah, he can have that.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, good.
Highest number I rolled was a 5. So that's
Amazing.
just
Okay.
It's like,
these stupid burners. Who still uses Nokias?
I mean, it's not
Damn
my
it.
choice. I don't run the budget. I have a different phone from my everyday life, but right now
They're
I'm on the clock.
indestructible.
This
Yeah.
whole thing has actually been on a BlackBerry, and it was all like,
No,
like
it's a
ASCII.
Sidekick.
So,
Screw it.
as Ray dejectedly watches the phone be taken away, sticks a mouthful of pancakes in his mouth, we see sticking a mouthful of pancakes in their mouths the others at an IHOP across town. And we're going to pull back from there and pick up there next week as we figure out how the hunters are going to get their... I was going to say their prize back, but I don't know if that's the right word.
I am the prize, Jeremy.
this-
That is correct.
The bartender.
Stella.
I mean,
I-
Mari is going
I
to be
am-
like completely against this whole endeavor about people like fighting over a human being as a weapon. She's going to be like, "What are you guys talking about?" I let him leave because I don't kidnap people. Like, I was just trying to help. Like, I don't know.
All evidence aside, Mari doesn't kidnap people.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
What do you mean?
Peter's-
He wasn't tied up. He was allowed to walk
No,
out the second he wanted to. I
am
gave him medical
100%
attention
sure.
and $100.
Who said Peter's going to frame it like that? Peter's not that stupid at manipulation.
Right? All right. Hey, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Let's do a round of introductions. Just say who you are and if you have anything coming up and where to find you. And also, before I forget, thank you all for playing tonight. It was a blast. I hope you had fun. You're all a bunch of chaos goblins. Let's start with Sid.
Hey, I'm Sid. That was a wonderful role to go out on. You can find me on the interwebs again at _Sundance Sid, and I'm always in something upcoming, so just hang around on one of those socials to see where I get tagged, and
Nice.
then find me there.
Excellent. And why don't we head over to Jason?
I'm Glass Charles or Jason. You can catch me here most of the time playing games or on my own Twitch channel playing games. I
Excellent.
think that's the quickest way to say it.
Perfect. Carly, how about yourself?
Yeah, hi. I'm Carly. You can find me at Carly Steichen on the socials. Also, Armadillo Dice for my dice making on Etsy. And yeah, I'll play games here. And sometimes you can find me over on the channel Hit Points Not Required, where they do a bunch of charity stream games. And I'm looking forward to Daggerheart restarting next month.
Yes.
So many things starting again next month. This month is super quiet, but I'll talk about that in a second. Ed, how about yourself?
My name's Ed. This evening I played Billy Gray, and I'm just really looking forward to picking this up next week.
I appreciate that Billy is so comfortable with himself that he can sit around wearing a fanny pack, drinking hot cocoa, reading romance novels. I love it.
Hand in the fanny pack.
In the fanny pack.
Well, on his clock in the.
I mean, you call it whatever you want to call it. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, but to Ray, he just came out and he just hand in the fanny pack, reading a romance novel. I don't know, man. It just optics.
Ryan, tell us all about yourself.
Yep, it's me. I'm Ryan. Yep, I'll be here next week. And any other games here that I might be on. So I'll see y'all then.
Awesome. And last but not least, Taylor, tell us all about you.
Hi, I'm Taylor, aka Spunky Taylor, on all social media. You can catch me tomorrow on Swords and Keys channel as we play the finale of the Multiverse Doom Marvel RPG. I'll be playing Spider Bite.
Nice.
There may be a special appearance of a different type of spider bite that may mix with a little venom. And so if you want to see online hangouts, so let's spoiler, there's that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch on Swords and Keys. Also, I have been nominated for a streamer award called Rising Star. So if you guys want to vote for me there, it's under the It Takes a Village category. It's in my Binkids link. Voting ends on the 31st.
Nice. Thank you all so much for playing tonight. So, hey, we missed our last game 2 weeks ago. So next week, we're going to catch up and we're going to come back here on Saturday to play this game again. Well, not this one. We're going to play the next part of this game. We hope you'll tune in next Saturday at 8 p.m. as we play episode 4 of What's That Rolling on Sid's Desk.
Everything.
It's a new game show. Thanks, everybody. Hey, I'm Jeremy. You can find me here off and on throughout the next couple weeks, but then a whole bunch, hopefully, when school wraps up and we get back into Daggerheart and For the Heart of the Dragon Queen and all the other things we're bringing back in mid to late September. We will see you next time. Sorry, I just had tea delivered and it totally sucked my brain out. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye.